What is going on, everyone? Jeremy here from MTG headquarters, and we have all 25 invocations now spoiled. In the interest of fun, I'm going to go through all 25 and try to read them along with you. So first we have Aggravated Assault, 2 in a red, and I think really missed an opportunity here with doing a better job coloring the mana symbol. It's pretty hard to tell it's red. You have to kind of know the symbol. But before I go on past Aggravated Assault, I want to show you, give you a little idea of what these cards look like in real life. So I sent intern Colt off to do some super sleuthing, and he came back with this totally original video that no one else posted anywhere on the internet. So that's why you make sure you're subscribed to MTG headquarters and you have notifications turned on. It's not because I have to drink to make the pain of my needed root canal go away. It's because of the exclusive meme content. So let's take a look at it. What do you think of this thing? Pretty interesting? I don't know. Next we have Attrition. 1 and 2 black. I saw Mishra's Photoshop circulating some of these arts on the old card frame, and I thought they looked pretty spicy. And then we have Austere Command. Not that it would be easy to tell, but we have another command here reprinted. 6 mana, white command. Then we have, as shown the other day, Aven Mind Sensor. Here we have Chain Lightning. Consecrated Sphinx. And again, I think it's important to point out here that I got this sweet new magic sign for my birthday. I'm going to try to put it somewhere in the rear when I get a chance to redirect. But I got an early birthday gift from an out-of-state friendo, and I wanted to light it up and say thanks, Brandon and Slink. Appreciate you too. Doubt you'll watch this video. They don't really play Magic, but there it is. It seems like Wizards has really gone with the defaulting to flavor on this set's expeditions, or in this case, invocations. More concerned with flavor than necessarily value. But here we have Containment Priest. Definitely an interesting design here. What do you all think of the kind of computer-generated look to the art? I think these cards look way too much like Yu-Gi-Oh! But some people like them. I think the bottom half of the card is incredible. Fix the font and get rid of those stupid hieroglyphics, and these are much better. Then we have Counterbalance. This is a little bit more difficult to read, but fortunately I can see the file name, which you won't have access to when playing the actual game of Magic. Then we have Counterspell. A lot of Counterspell fans. I think this is a great looking art for Counterspell. It definitely feels like a Counterspell art. And we have Cryptic Command, which has been reprinted several times, and it's fine to see a reprint here. Definitely fine with it. Then we have Dark Ritual. Single black mana, generate 3 black mana. Very, very powerful spell from Magic's most early days. And it's nice to see it get a reprint here. And we have Daze. This is a card that is already triple digits in its original foil. I'm not sure how I feel about the art, but it's very blue. There's a lot of blue on this card, and people that like to play Daze for days might like this version of it in their decks. Then we have Diabolic Intent. This one is one of the more difficult to read cards. In my opinion, it barely fits in that card frame, especially when you cram in those hieroglyphics. And to try and locate where it says sorcery in the middle, I don't know. I'm ragging on these. And some of these obviously are in the actual set in Amonkhet. And some of these are just reprints. Then we have Divert. You can also tell that by looking at the set number. Like 0013 is the set number on this one. Here we have an instant for 1 blue. Change the target of target spell with a single target unless that spell's controller pays 2. We have Entomb. This looks pretty solid. Blue and black got the most love in the Invocations for sure. Interesting reprint here. Definitely flavorful. I think they picked as many flavorful cards as they could that had high value reprints, and then they kind of filled in the rest. Like, for example, Force of Will. This is just clearly, to me, a chase card that they threw in for additional value. I mean, I don't really think it fits the flavor unless I'm missing or I'm misunderstanding something. I'm definitely happy to see Force of Will be here because in order to maintain the EV of the set, we need those $200 or $300 chase expeditions, and a lot of these are probably going to be 20 or 30 bucks. We have Loyal Retainers for 2 and a white. This looks pretty nice. Maelstrom Pulse. This again, now this kind of highlights to me the trouble with the mana symbols not being very black or very green, especially when you have like two multicolor spell. I saw a version of this earlier on the gold border, and it looked incredible. This frame did not look great. We see Mind Twist, which I think, along with Force of Will, was spoiled by Mass Drop, which I thought was interesting because spoilers used to be, and I've had my share of spoilers, and I don't want any more of them, but I thought it was pretty interesting to see how Mass Drop just threw some money at a pro team and all of a sudden got 2 bomb-ass spoilers when even the most long-term on good terms with Wizards of the Coast have never been able to spoil something like Invocations or Masterpieces. But, Mass Drop sponsored a team, so why not just give them 2 Masterpieces or Invocations to spoil? But saltiness aside, we have Pact of Negation. This is a very expensive card. I opened one of these in my original Modern Masters box opening from a few days ago, and this printing is sure to be pretty spendy. Spell Pierce, single blue, counter target non-creature spell unless his controller pays 2. This is sure to be pretty spendy too, and I think this art looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the computer-generated look of them, but again, art is in the eye of the beholder. Now we have Stifle, another blue spell, counter target activated or triggered ability. This is a card that I think they reprinted in Conspiracy, if I remember correctly. Good to see it reprinted here as an invocation. I think it makes sense. It'll be a nice chase rare worth maybe 30, 40, 50 bucks or something like that, so that'll be all right. We have Vindicate here. This is another kind of spell that could use a few more copies of it out there floating around. 1 white and a black, destroy target permanent. One of the highest seeked original foil versions out there. They're worth a lot of money, and this version, it depends on how the art is taken by the community, of course. Here we have Worship, which also looks like he's about to drop a deuce, a Volkswagen bug-style deuce, sized deuce. But again, this was just after I did the original Amonkhet Invocation spoilers last night. I missed this one. We have Wrath of God. This is very flavorful. I think fits right into the set, makes total sense. Almost as much sense as if they would have put Damnation in Amonkhet instead of Modern Masters 3, but whatever. Damnation seems like it would have made sense in Amonkhet flavor-wise. But here we have Wrath of God. And that wraps it all up. 25 Amonkhet Invocations. And I have a couple questions for you. What do you think about the art now that we know it's not an April Fool's joke? I mean, I talked to some people that I really trust in the Magic the Gathering community, and they were still convinced today that this had a high likelihood of Wizards of the Coast coming out and saying, just kidding, we're going to have like an actually readable border. No, that wasn't the case. I didn't believe that was the case. I believe they tried something and failed, which will have an interesting impact on the set, right? Like, they want to see a lot of packs cracked. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. Just wanted to make sure I showed you all of them. These invocations or masterpieces, they are in these boxes to raise the EV and have people open more packs. Make no mistake about it. Now, it'll be interesting to see what might happen if the community at large really isn't interested in these because of the font and the hieroglyphics and the card frame. I suspect we're going to actually see a bit of a depression in the number of packs opened if that's true. Now, maybe when we see them in real life, or people kind of get over the fact that it's something different, we'll see, people seek them up. Certainly EDH players will be a nice market for these, but they won't be able to absorb as many as, like, say, the original Expedition fetch lands, or, things like Mana Vault or Soul Ring. I'm just not sure of the market interest in these. I'm really curious now that they've been out and now that they've been confirmed that this is how the masterpieces in the set Invocations are going to look. What do you think? And assuming you can get past the art, what would you most like to open on pre-release Friday night, midnight, or Saturday or Sunday when you might happen to go? If I had to pick, I think Pact of Negation's pretty rad. Mind Twist is pretty rad. I mean, really, any of these for financial reasons would be great to open. Days is okay. But it'll be really interesting to see really what happens overall with this set. Look forward to reading all of your comments in the comment section down below. I'll try to keep up on the spoiler coverage as long as my work schedule allows it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.